Hello out there. Oh, baby, we're on the air. Oh, baby. Happy Friday, folks. Happy fucking Friday. Woohoo. You know what that means? We got a Friday mug. Oh, I forgot to share my nice picture that I took of this thing today. Whoa, she's hot. Welcome back. Welcome to another episode, another day, another dollar, another edition of the Daily Bitcoin Journey. This show focuses on actionable and logical discussion for Bitcoiners and for future Bitcoiners. And I'm joined by my host today. Arnie Boy. Arnie Boy is here. Is he happy about it? I don't know. But he's been pretty helpful in the last couple of days. We've shared a couple videos, which we'll get to in a second here. But anyways, this one's titled Something Weird. Weird is going on in Bitcoin. So we're going to talk about it. I don't really know where to start, where it ends. We're just going to talk about it. That's my favorite thing to do. Because I feel like when you start planning things out, then you kind of have an agenda. And there is no agenda here. That's the beauty of this show. We got no sponsors. We got nobody telling us what we can or can't say. We just say what's on our mind. We have no filters, which in some cases are a good thing. Some cases are not a good thing. But I couldn't even get the Zapstream working today. I had to run it through the Maple Bitcoin channel. So we'll see if it works. I don't know. Is it there? Oh, yeah, it is. It's on Zapstream. We are on Zapstream, but it's on the Maple Bitcoin account. So I guess I should share that if I can somehow. How would I do that? Maple. Where are you? I should be able to do this. Although I have been struggling. I uploaded 2. Oh, what's going on here? Connection is unstable. Right on. All right. Maple Bitcoin is not live yet, but Jor is. The radical Bitcoin fundamentalist. We had a good laugh about that on Jerry's stream last night. VHF. I don't know if he's here or not. What the heck is that? Thought I heard somebody. Did you guys watch the Maple Bitcoin one we did yesterday, where the Jehovah Witness showed up at my house mid-film? Frick. What a time to do that. I saw somebody on the camera coming in. And so I didn't recognize the vehicle. I didn't recognize the person. So I was thinking, oh God, what could this be? And then opened the door, Jehovah Witness. If it would have been a friend, if it would have been a family member, they probably would have understood that I was in a meeting. I told her that. It's like, I'm in the middle of something right now. She just kept talking about the kingdom of whatever it was. So this happened mid-recording with Maple Bitcoin. I think they went on for like 10 minutes without me while I was trying to shoo away this Jehovah Witness. But anyways, we made it through. We got her. The internet's not going well here right now. I'm going to have to shut some things off. Disconnect. What else could I do here? Hopefully it's working. I know I hate asking this, but can you just give me a thumbs up if I sound okay and I'm not laggy? Because it's been like on 1 out of 3 for like the last 2 minutes here. So anyways, let's get to her here. We got some people over in Zapstream. 7 people. All right, I should share it on my main account. Let's do that. All right. Now I got something. Things are not working today. Things are not going well, but still early. We got a lot of time to turn it around. So I went to fund my Zapstream account today, And usually you can choose, I usually do like 2,100 sats because I did 10,000, I think, one time. But then Kieran lost all the sats. So I just lost the sats. So I just started doing smaller amounts for my top up in Zapstream. But when I would go to put any amount in, it would add 3 zeros to it. So when I put 2,100 in, it put 2.1 million sats in. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to outsmart the Zap machine here. I'm going to put in one sat. And so it prompted me to put in 1,000, and I paid 2 invoices of 1,000 sats and got credit for 2 sats on the Zapstream. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. I posted it to Kieran today. So hopefully we hear back from him, because I've never seen that before. But anyways, we do have a couple people over in the Zapstream right now. We got Scotty's over there, says, hey, Maple Bitcoin. missing 2 of Maple Bitcoin. But we will be live today in about 4 hours. Plural, Zap 24 Sat said the future is a Bitcoin story. I agree. And Letha zapped 1,000. Look at that. 1,000 sats from Letha. Thank you, Letha. And the Bitcoin nurse just showed up as well and zapped 1,000 sats. All right. Well, we're recouping some of our costs from the Zapstream today. So that's good. It is Fat Zap Friday too. So we'll see how that plays out. We're moving. All right. We got a good crew over there. Let's get on what else is going on here? Rumble. Killer. Good morning, living the future family. Soon to be visionary family. It's still kind of hot. Sheesh. Samantha Nakamoto is here. Hey, Jor. Good morning, Samantha. Joe from California says, good morning. I need my daily fix of Jor, Arnie, and Lucky. Well, you got Jor, and you got Arnie's ears. And I don't know what kind of troubles Lucky's getting into today. Who knows with him? Joe sent 1,000. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe from California. I guess I should open up that wallet. Make sure we're not missing anything here. Ginger's here. Good morning, Ginger. In 2 places. 2 places at once. Was that you who sent it like at 8:26, Joe? Before the show? Yeah, Lucky's causing some mayhem out there again today. Sun's out here, though. It's been very, very... I don't know if you guys have been watching the Arnie and Me series that we've been doing, but today it's nice. We got some blue skies today, finally. Man, it's been shitty here. So there you have it. We're going to have a nice... Might do the 3rd edition of Arnie and Me today. We'll see. See how Arnie's feeling. Oh, Arnie would never turn down a walk. Oh, he didn't. His ears didn't perk up there. Todd says, hello, Bitcoin and Satoshi type peeps. Good morning, Todd. Is this the right place for a Noster shout-outs? Yeah, I gave Scotty a nice shout-out last night on Noster. Not that that's a big deal or anything, but I thought it was a good post. I was thinking about it because here's what on this channel, one of the things that I've been pretty consistent with for a long time now is what the hell, people? Okay. What? One of the things I've been consistent with here, there we go, on the channel is that I think that Bitcoin is going to solve the spam issue. I don't know if you've noticed on the internet lately, but there's a lot of spam everywhere. No matter where you look, no matter what corner of the internet you're on or in, there's so much spam. And one of my theories is that Bitcoin will actually solve that issue. Because if you want to send somebody an email, if you want to send somebody a text, if you want to call somebody, if you want to leave a message on a video or a comment on a video or a message in a live chat, you should have to pay. Not a huge amount. Like my recommendation based on today's price would be like a minimum of 1 sat. So if you wanted to leave a comment and you wanted to have your comment come up on screen, you should have to pay 1 sat. And some could go to me, some could go to the video host, like in this case, Zapstream. could get half and half, or 90 for them, 10 for me, whatever it is. It's not about making money. It's about getting rid of the spam. And especially on Nostr, we've had some really bad days on there where there's just like full of just nonsense in the chat. And so anyways, the point is, I was listening to Rabbit Hole Recap last night, and Odell said that one of the bugs on their iOS version of Primal, you actually had to send in a zap if you wanted to comment on the video. You had to include a zap. And so I was thinking, like, maybe is that the worst thing? If you actually have to send a zap of any amount to leave a comment somewhere. So this was the post. This was the post here. I said, yo, Odell, the iOS bug that required the comments to include a zap, is that really the worst idea? It would greatly reduce spam, even if people had to zap one sat to comment. Worth testing. And then I mentioned our guy, Scotty here. Said, I also feel like the quality of the comments would improve significantly as well. I didn't really need to say also and as well there, but anyways, it was late at night. One guy in my streams, Scotty, zaps 99 sats every time he... Whoa. Jeez. One guy on my stream, Scotty, zaps 99 sats every time he has a comment. Imagine if this solved spam. Not a bug, but maybe a feature. Thoughts? I love the idea personally. Oh, good shake, buddy. Good shake. Julio. Yo. Changing my name to Quality Comments 99. Oh, Scotty. You are something, my friend. You are something. Okay, who else we got here? What a crowd. YouTube showed up today. YouTube hasn't showed up for a while. It's been Rumble and Zapstream taking over the world lately. All right, let me check on the Rumble machine. Jake's here. Good morning, Jake. Sats and Sunsets on YouTube. Interesting. Josh, good morning, y'all. Comment and like, check. Attaboy. Frank's here in Rumble and in YouTube. Wow. What a community. What a community. Not just commenting on one, but two, sometimes three. All right, Rumble. What should we do today? We need to come up with our challenge of the day. What should we do, though? I was supposed to think about that this morning, and I didn't. I'll keep thinking. Ryan's here. Good morning, Ryan. Bitcoin Kitty as well, and Praetorian. Praetorian. You know what we should do today? Because last... let me bring this up here. Last week, we did fiat zaps in Rumble. We're trying to get our numbers up on Rumble. They're not easy. Rumble's not an easy egg to crack. That's for sure. We're really struggling over there. I mean, the people are great, and I really appreciate everybody who actually moved over from YouTube to Rumble. Very much appreciate that. But Rumble's just not showing any love back. We're doing our best. We're sending all the love Rumble's way, but we're getting none in return. All the people who watch on Rumble came from YouTube. There's no discovery over there. So what we tried to do is we tried to trigger it a little bit with some rants, fiat zaps. We'll earn 1 point. So maybe today we'll do, in that process too, the shitty thing is that YouTube's really been punishing the stream for that, for talking about what I was just talking about. So maybe today we will go, what is the date today? September the 5th. September 5th, all super chats will earn a point. So last week we did it on Rumble. This week we're doing it on YouTube. So if you send in a super chat of any amount today on the stream on YouTube, you're going to get yourself a point on the board. And this is our contest here. So the criteria here is support the channel. And I have had some people reach out saying, I don't know what Pogs is. Don't worry, nobody does yet. It hasn't been born. It's just an idea right now. So that's how we're going to do it. Any super chats from YouTube today, you're going to get your name on the leaderboard here. It is subjective, but the main point is that you're supporting the channel. So we'll see how that is. Last week we got like 10 people sent in fiat zaps over in Rumble. So I don't know. See how YouTube shows up today. Look at that. Praetorian. We're going to add that one an instant leaderboard. You know what? We're going to do 2. We're going to give him 2 because he was the first one. And you should be rewarded for having some balls sometimes. So there you go. Thank you, Praetorian. Appreciate that, my friend. Very much. Very, very much. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. John, hello from windy Poland. Hey, you got all our wind. All our wind's gone here. We had a shitstorm here the last couple days. Jack from Arizona. Good morning, Jack. And Eatable Zebra. Good morning, folks. All right, let's get this off here for now. Crypto Princess. Good morning. Nice to see you. Duncan's here too. Good morning, Jor. How do you watch live on Primal? It's now on iOS. I think it's right at the top of the screen, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Paulie says, great meetup in Toronto last night. Amazing turnout, lots of love, talk, and Bitcoin vibes. Noobs, techs, and authors. Best group you could meet in a lib shithole. Inspiring. Paulie. Oh, that's good stuff. That is good stuff from Paulie. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything here because I tend to. All right, there's our $1,000 exiting the wallet for Zapstream that we got lost 999 sats on that deal times 2. But that's okay. Kieran deserves them. All righty, let's keep her rolling here. Bad Gal B says, I can't even get Zapstream to work. Jeez Louise. Cypher's here. Good morning, Cypher. Good to see you, my friend. Dinkle says, Bitcoin just laughs at everyone's price predictions. People like Tour are wise enough to say, I don't know. Tour is the man. I would put Tour in my top 3 Bitcoiners. Top 3 Bitcoiners. Who are the other 2? I don't want to put them in order, but I would say my top 3 Bitcoiners are Tour, GG, and Odell. Those would be my 3, my top 3. Who's yours? Everybody in here, let me know who your top 3 Bitcoiners are. And if you don't know your top 3, let me know who your least favorite Bitcoiner is. And I might give you a point. If you got a good answer, we might give you a subjective point. It's not really supporting the channel. It kind of is because it would make me might make me laugh, and laughter's good. Dinkle's heart and thumbs up. Bitcoin Nurse, thank you, Bera. Bitcoin Nurse, let's pump it up today. Thumbs up. You look good and sound good. Thank you, Jay. Sound is on Rumble. Right on. Rude and pompous, some of these witness people. Thumbs up. Cruised on TV says, Yo, Jor, are you not worry of a bear market coming? I'm still waiting for the bull market to start, Cruz, before I'm worried about a bear market. I'm still waiting for the bull market to start because it hasn't started yet in real terms. In real terms, the bull market has not started. We're actually lower than we were in 2021, which we're going to talk about today. Speedy Clip, good morning. Yes, sats before the show. Gotcha. Thank you, my friend. Cypher says, I'll send in 1,000 sats if Lucky or Arnie shows up for work today. He's here. He's sleeping. I wouldn't call it working. He looks comfy though, eh? He looks pretty comfy in there. Got him a bed that fits him finally. That's his living room bed. So figured to make him comfy. Joe says, Jory, you need to check out this song on YouTube. Rich Men have Richmond, North of Richmond by Oliver Anthony. Awesome song about the crappy economy here in the US. Yeah, that is I love that song. I probably listened to that song, I don't know, 100 times maybe. It's an older one, I think, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking of. Has to be. I love that song. If that's the one I'm thinking of, I love that song. BTC Fanny Packer in the house. Morning, everyone. Thanks to our family says hi. Good morning, Fanny Packer, and good morning, Packer family. Packer family. It reminds me of the Green Bay Packers. You guys should all do Fanny, Backpacker, Hodler, Flipper, Anonymous. You should make your you should be cheeseheads one year for Halloween. Packers, cheeseheads. I think that'd be funny. Nobody would really get it other than us, but still be funny. Josh, morning rumble, comment and like check CL on the Nosterverse, my man. Dinkle says, what would happen if op return usage was too costly? I don't know. Could you even adjust that so that it would be more expensive on op return? I know if you want to use the Slipstream option, it's more expensive. It's like double the amount of. So Slipstream is a service by Mara. For those who are maybe unfamiliar with it, man, it's a hard one to say. Slipstream is a service by Mara that you can actually go around the normal process. It's kind of greasy, honestly, but anyways, you can pay Mara X amount to include your transaction in a block. So that's what they've been kind of doing. That's how they've been getting around some of this stuff, is you can just pay Mara pretty much double the amount of sats. So if the sats per VByte at the time were 5 sats for you to put a transaction into a block, Mara would charge like 10 or 11 or 12 sats for it. So, I mean, it's kind of like that already. I don't know if you could do that actually on the blockchain itself. I don't know that question. Sorry. John says, remember when Googling was giving you actual useful information? Yeah, no doubt. Now the first page is AI/sponsored junk. To get real information, you need to browse. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Google's dead. Although they've done a decent job with their AI stuff. But as a search engine, I haven't used Google for probably 6 months. I just use Perplexity, or Perplexity is kind of my Google now. I was using Claude, like from Anthropic, for like creative work, but I really don't like their recent change to their policy where they're actually storing people's information for 5 years. And you actually have to opt out of them scraping your data and selling it essentially. So I'm not a big fan of Claude. I'm going to try to boycott them or avoid using them. So I've been using Maple AI for the most part. And it's incredible. It is actually incredible how quick and informative it is. It just blows my mind. And I'm sure when people first used Google, they had the same kind of, I don't really remember, to be honest with you, but I feel like it's the same kind of thing. It's nuts. Like, I asked a question yesterday. It was crazy. It gave so much information. I said, what kind of information do you need from me? And they had about 10 pages of stuff that they wanted to like help with their answer. And so I said, well, what would be the best way for me to give this information to you? And then they created a chart where I could actually fill in my information and copy and paste it back in there. It's insane. So yeah, Google's done. Like, Google as a search engine is completely done. So look at this. We got this one just popped up here. Whalers 76 is on the board. Is on the leaderboard. Board? Whaler. Great name. Great name. I don't know why I like that so much, but I love that name. Whaler 76. Thank you. Very much appreciate. So again, here's the criteria. Support the channel. And that's what Whaler did there. So thank you. And keep in mind here, you don't have to be at the top of the leaderboard here. It's not going to be Cedar Sats, Josh, and Todd who are going to win this competition. It's every point is one entry into the draw. And it's going to be I don't know. I don't want to give too much away, but hopefully people enjoy it. All right, where are we now here? I'm falling behind. I need to shut my mouth a little bit. Need to have a warm glass of shut the F up. Hi, Arnie. Hey, Arnie. Arnie boy. Just no reaction at all. I've never seen that from a dog before. He calls name, doesn't answer. Mostly because he knows that I'm messing with him. That's the crazy part. He knows. Fanny Packer says, hi, Jor from Hodler. Good morning, Hodler. Hodler, the Noster celeb. The Noster celeb. Watching you with the family. Nice. Good morning, Packer family. Duncan says, so I can't chat on Primal unless I zap every time. Is that right? I think that's the bug that's on iOS right now. Which I argue for should be a feature, not a bug. That's what we were talking about before. Sharon B's here. Hi, Lucky, Arnie, and Jor. Good morning, Sharon B. Fanny, 1776 from Hodler. What? Hodler. Shouldn't be sending me zaps. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Let's catch up on the Zapstream. Oh, I missed quite a few zaps here. Sorry, everybody. All right, Conrad. Let me catch up here. We're going to leave 1776 from the legend Hodler. We're going to leave that on the screen for a couple of minutes here. Conrad zapped 420. 420 somewhere. Happy Friday, y'all. Thank you, Conrad. Plural said, did you watch Mahler's talk at BTC Prague? Top notch. I don't know if I did. What was that one about? And then the Fanny Packer family from Hodler zapped 1.776. It says 1.78, but 1,776 sats. And it says, Backpacker family, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. My goodness. What's this word again? Afia. Afia zapped 1,000. Good morning, Afia, aka Todd. Letha says, that was such a great speech, plural. Sent it to my kids. Oh, yes, I did watch that one, I think. That was the one where he was no, maybe not. Was that the one he was talking about, like, kid suicide and like suicide rates being way up because of how shitty the dollar is and how they've destroyed society with the dollar? I don't know. Scotty says, changing my name to Trendsetter 99. And Scotty said, man, Scotty boy is really slipping. Hard out the gate, nothing in the tank, Scotty boy. Referring to the leaderboard there. Plural says, top 3 Bitcoiners are Dr. Jack Cruz, Jeff Booth. Oh, I forgot Jeff Booth in there. Oh, I don't know who to kick out. I cannot have Jeff Booth in mind. And Plural says, and you, Jor. You don't have to make me blush here, but wow. Yeah, Jeff Booth has to be in that category. Who would I kick out though? Maybe I'll just expand it to 4. I'm allowed to do that. It's my question. Josh says, damn it, I can't zap from Zapstream. I guess Amethyst instead, but no notes though. So there it is. Josh sent in I don't know where that went to though. Oh, these are all going to the Maple wallet. That's why I was like, I don't see any of these zaps here. Yeah, okay. They're all going to the Maple wallet. That makes more sense. Thank you, Josh. 8,888 sats. So that gets Josh on the board as well today. We're going to add him right now. We're going to do it on the fly. I was trying to kind of bash them together at the end, but I don't want to miss anybody. That's a problem. I do not want to miss anybody. So we're going to add that to Josh right now. Josh moves up 1 more. Didn't move up a spot, but got a point. Thank you, Josh. And then missed 1 more. Scotty. Said might have to put Hodler in my top 3 favorite Bitcoiners. You know, are we talking like BTC Hodler or American Hodler? Perfect video to send to no coiners. Yeah, I agree. Actually, I do agree. I think that's the this we're talking about the same chat. Afia says my Rumble conviction won't allow me to super chat. Praetorian with another 10. I don't know why that wouldn't work there. Todd, I don't know. Praetorian coming in hot today, boy. Thank you, man. Where's Praetorian here? Praetorian moves up a spot. We're doing these live today. We got a little bit more time, so we're gonna have a good show today. I hope you're ready for some Bitcoin content today because we got this show, and then we got the Maple Bitcoin show at 2:00 my time, 1:00 Eastern time. Gonna be a good day. Thank you, Praetorian. I don't know what that would be, Todd. Sketchucation says, have a great weekend. I'll tune in again while I work. Cheers, Sketchucation. All the way from one of our favorite countries on the planet, Ireland. Speaking of Ireland, I'm going to be sipping on a Guinness in about 3.5 hours from now. Too early? Some might say too early, but I don't give a shit what those people would say. It's okay, Todd. You don't have to explain. You don't have to explain. Peter McCormick, my least favorite Bitcoiner. Really? I don't know if I would agree with that. I definitely disagreed with him on a lot of different topics. And, you know, when I think about it now, I remember what Bitcoin did because they would have like all the people that I wanted to listen to. He always asked like the best questions. And there were such good interviews, but I was so torn because I just did not like him, but I loved the show. And so maybe I'm forgetting how much I disliked him at the time because he was just giving some outlandish takes on things. Like his COVID thing was just like, I couldn't handle it. And I think he's come around a lot. I wish he would probably do a much better job hosting today versus back then. But yeah, I mean, that's a fair one. That's a fair one. Timber says Jack Mallers, Michael Saylor, Jeff Booth. That's a good stack. Negative 66,000 jobs in August. Wow. Wow, wee wow. That sucks. But it's a trend that's not going to go the other way. I think we can all agree with that, right? Like that's the scary thing. It's like 66,000 jobs in 1 month gone. How are those going to be recovered? They're not. It's probably going to accelerate. So there's a lot to explore here. There's a lot to think through in your own mind about how you see the future and how you see things playing out. It's going to get fucking crazy. I'll tell you that. Good, bad, depends who you are, depends what you hold. But you got to be prepared for it. Do not think that we're just going to like ride off into the sunset with our 2 million sats each and we're going to retire in 10 years and everybody's going to, we drive down the road and people are going to be throwing fucking candy at kids. No, it is not going to happen like that. It's going to be like, driving 200 miles an hour through the desert, through like riding like this while people are throwing eggs at you. Some people might be even shooting at you. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. Oh, if you're not ready for it, you're not going to have a fun time. I'm not ready for it. I pretend like I am, but I'm not. Jake says, is the Primal wallet the only way to zap a live stream on Primal? I'm not sure. Is the Primal wallet the only way to zap a live stream on Primal? I don't use Primal myself. I've never enjoyed the experience on Primal. Well, I mean, I use Amethyst, so Amethyst is like night and day compared to Primal in my experience, anyways. But Primal's, I got to give some credit to Primal because it seems like they're pushing the needle forward. They're moving it because I mean, in the last week, I've noticed way more people over on Zapstream than in a long time. The amount of zaps has increased, and I have to credit Primal for that. So that's the way she goes. All right, what do we got here? I missed a couple. Killer zapped 76 sats and then zapped 7676. Thank you, Killer. We're going to I'm going to give Killer one for that one. It's close enough. We're going to call that one close enough. And Killer's good shit. He's here every single day, often the first one in the chat. So we're going to give Killer one for that. Thanks, Killer. Appreciate that, man. Hey, look at that. We got Whaler 76 and Killer 76 back to back. You can't even see it. I drank too much dipshit juice this morning, I guess. This mug is actually full of dipshit juice, not coffee. We haven't had enough DCAs yet today. Drinking too much dipshit juice. That might be my new that's a good idea for a hoodie. Lay off the dipshit juice. Buy Bitcoin. Got a couple hoodie ideas in the works right now. RBF is one, which is what VHF called me yesterday, radical Bitcoin fundamentalist, because I was shitting on Ledger. So he called me a radical Bitcoin fundamentalist. And I did update my, I said I was going to, and I did. I updated my Nostr profile. Radical Bitcoin fundamentalist. So sucks to suck, I guess. That's a good, it's a badge of honor. Radical Bitcoin fundamentalist. But what was the other idea I just had there? Oh, yeah. Lay off the dipshit juice. I feel like Michael Scott here. Pulling out my notepad. T-shirt idea. Lay off the dipshit juice. Is that too long for a hoodie, though? But you could have like a juice box. Lay off the dipshit juice. Buy Bitcoin. T-shirt idea. Jay said, check out a map of real estate listings, tens of thousands in my area. Yeah, I saw something about that today, actually. I saw that the Google search for sell house fast just like exploded in the last month. Sell house fast, Google search. So yeah, the storm's brewing. The shit hawks are circling right now. If you're a fan of the Trailer Park Boys, you might understand that reference. The shithawks are circling. Cypher says, I sent 600 sats, docking 400 for sleeping on the job. I love it. I love it. Thank you. BitBilly says, hey, everybody. I see the thumbnail of This Doesn't Add Up. What did I miss? Well, you haven't missed it yet. We're still talking about it. BitBilly, my man. Good to see you. Okay, let me do something here real quick. 40 minutes into it, I have so many things yet to say and share. So now would be a good time if you're oops, sorry. I want to get to that one right away, Ginger. If you need a coffee refill, now would be the time to do it. So I got that one up. All right. Let me get to this next one here. For anybody listening to the stream right now without watching, they're probably like, what the hell? Did George drop out? I just find that whenever people who do live streams are looking for something and they make all these weird squirmy noises. Just don't need that. You just got to sometimes embrace the silence, you know? I've definitely gone through that myself where I was looking for something and I felt like I needed to make the fucking Jeopardy noise or something. But now it's just like, yeah, let's have some silence. Some silence. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up too. We got a couple different things I want to share here. Pause that. All right. Whoa, I missed something here. Sats and sunsets. With our favorite super chat here. Look at that beautiful orange. It's like you can almost put that on the wall, hang that on the wall or in the Louvre, hang it in the Louvre. Sats and sunsets with a beautiful orange super chat saying, I think my next vehicle will have to be orange. You know, when we were in Vegas, I was with Jerry and yeah, right here. Jay says orange Cybertruck or what? We took a picture beside Cybertruck and said that one day we're going to each have one with a big B on it. I don't know if it'd be orange or black. I think the best one would be like a black Cybertruck. Even though I'm not like a huge fan of the look of them, I find that they're kind of weird looking. But like maybe the next iteration of the Cybertruck, whatever that looks like, black with like a charcoal B on it, on a big B on it. I think orange is too much for me. I'm more of a subtle kind of guy driving Cybertruck. But anyways, thank you, Sats and Sunsets. Let's add that to the board right now. Sats and Sunsets moving up a couple spots. We're gonna give him 2 for that one. That's a nice one. Sats and Sunsets. The dynamic, ever-changing leaderboard. Beautiful. Thank you, Sats and Sunsets. Very much appreciate it. All right. Ginger says, least favorite Bitcoiner on YouTube for me would be Luke McKeek. I don't find him genuine. I can't stand his voice, and his face always looks like he's looking to suck. Oh, man. Oh, Ginger. You kill me. You kill me. I don't know if I agree with that. My one knock about Luke would just be like the just the clickbait. And from my experience, I know the clickbait works. So I really have a hard time faulting people for doing that because they clearly want more people to see their stuff. But I just don't have it in me to do that. I can't do it. You'll notice every episode of the Daily Bitcoin Journey has been the exact same thing. Just a picture this. It's all it is with Daily Bitcoin Journey. So have I lost some views? Probably. But I don't know. Oh, Ginger. That's good stuff. Jake says Arnie's army off to a hot start in fantasy football. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to show this today. That was something I was just bringing up here because I saw your comment there. So let's watch this. Let's watch our guy, our favorite guy, the only athlete that I like other than Tiger Woods. Here he is. I'm probably going to get this taken down or demonetized or fucking strike, but whatever. God, he's fun to watch. Bread and circus. I know. But you have to give props where props are due. And that dude, man, Saquon, is one of my favorite human beings. Not just because he's a good football player, but that was fucking sick. One-handed catch, stiff arm, spin for the first down. I'm not a big football guy, but I absolutely adore Saquon Barkley. And the fact that he's a Bitcoiner probably plays just a little wee part of that. But that's okay. I'm allowed to. I love me some Saquon Barkley. So yeah, that's pretty much the only sports that I watch is the Philadelphia Eagles, and mostly just Saquon. But I got him first pick last year, and then holy, am I hammered? I got him first pick last year, and then the computer picked him first for me this year because I didn't know the draft was on. But we got him anyways. I guess we're gonna just do the rest of the show like this. Looks like. What's going on? What? There we go. Okay, Samantha says, purchase Claude API for agentic AI. Did not know that. Almost all of them seem to collect user data. Running an LLM locally provides some privacy. Samantha, you should check out maple.ai if you're interested in privacy. I believe it's trymaple.ai. So I actually signed up for a premium account for this one a couple weeks ago. More than that now. I've had it for about a month, but it's all encrypted. So basically how it works is whenever you go into the chat, you can actually choose which model that you want to use. Yeah, I think you need an email with it, but it's all shit. I wish I could have just I should have this signed in. But basically, whenever you go to ask the question, you can choose which model you want to use. So you could use like ChatGPT, you could use DeepSeek, you could use, depending on what kind of question, what kind of information you're looking for, you can actually select which model that you want to use. And it's all encrypted, which means that your data, the questions you're asking aren't, recorded anywhere. Or if they are, they're encrypted. So I use Maple for like, not really personal questions, but stuff that I don't really want other people to know that I'm asking or whatever it is. So if you're, an idea for this would be if you're like a parent and you have kids and you're wondering, like I find AI super useful for like even dog stuff. Like I'll ask AI something about, can dogs do this or should dogs do this or how can we do this for, super helpful. Very, very, very informative. You always want to like verify. Like that's kind of what I do is I'll usually ask AI and I'll also ask Noster. So you have some like human verification there plus the information from AI. But yeah, I've been a big, I love what Maple's doing. We actually had the guy who created Maple on Maple Bitcoin about a month ago now. His name's Mark. Beauty. So yeah, give that one a spin. You can find it on trymaple.ai. Zach says, British Huddle, he's a bit arrogant. I agree with that. But he has some good information. We're actually going to watch a clip from British Huddle here right away. Timber says, I zapped 888 to your speed wallet. Maybe it will show up. All right, let's give her a check here. Got to get back to the Zapstream here too. Okay, where was that to? Speed wallet. Yes, it is. 9:08 a.m. 888. We also got a 380. I'm guessing that's from Sats and Sunsets for show 380 today. 380 episodes of the Daily Bitcoin Journey. A show that that was one of my favorite jokes when I started the show, but it was like me. It was like me and three other people in the chat when I was telling that joke. It was like me, Letha, Daniel, and Anarcho. And I was like, welcome to the Daily Bitcoin Journey, a show that will never be abbreviated. Get it? The Daily BJ. But anyways, we got 600 sats here. We got 100 sats. Thank you. And somebody sent in a fatty, 8888. Who would that be from? We got to get that one on the list. So whoever sent that to the speed wall, please show yourself. Moonshine Fuel. Love that name. Says Tone Vase, Jeff Booth. Got to give a shout out to Tone Vase, though, for him going against the shitcoiners over the years. Yeah, Tone Vase was a little bit before my time. I never got the full Tone Vase experience. Okay, we're going to catch up here. Here we go. Primal's a no-go. All right. Fanny Packer says, make sure it's older than Bitcoin or you're not stacking hard enough. Exactly. Is that Hodler who said that? Moonshine says, I was new in 2017. Tone helped me a lot when I knew nothing. Saved my ass. Nice. You need people like that. You need people like that. DCA from Duncan. I see it. That's the wrong one, though. That's the wrong one. Remove. Metrics. DCA. Bad Gal B was the winner of the Zap Queen yesterday, by the way. Give her some props here. September 5th. We got $26.92, which means the price has gone up. $3 fiat, less sats equals prices have gone up. I don't even know what the price is today. The amount of times I check the price of Bitcoin in a week is scary for somebody who's 100% into Bitcoin. I just don't give a shit. So we are going to crown officially here. I don't know why there's these freaking things here now. Got to get rid of those. We'll do it another time. September 4th was 888. And that was Bad Gal B, the Zap Queen yesterday. Look at that, 2 for 2 queens so far this month. Can we make it 3? We'll see. Shout out to Bad Gal B. You know what we're going to do here too? I'm going to do this. I'm going to give Duncan a point. The most consistent DCAer in the bunch here. We had a couple. Scotty's up there too. But Duncan's been the most consistent, I think. So Duncan, you get a point for being such a consistent dude. Like the Hodler speech. Yes, exactly. So Tone Vase, Jeff Booth, and had to give Michael Saylor a shout out. He did a lot for the space. Yeah, you're probably right. But I don't think he'd be one of my favorites. VHF in the house. There he is. VHF, you might even get some royalties on those hoodies. Although I don't know if anybody would buy them. I don't know if anybody would buy the RBF hoodie. Hey, there's Jerry. Jerry would buy the hoodie. Jerry is also a radical Bitcoin fundamentalist. Says my top 3 Bitcoiners, the Maple Bitcoin boys. Wow. Jerry. I don't know if I don't know about that one. Good to see you, Jerry. I don't know if you're still here or not, but thanks for stopping by today, buddy. Todd says, what I thought I signed up for sunshine and rainbows. Razzle Frazzin, son of a... There's no frazzle dazzle rainbows here, buddy. Actually, speaking of that, no, we should give a shout out here because I got an email last night, and it gave me a really good laugh. And it was from I won't say who it's from. You might be able to guess. Maybe not though. But anyways, I get a lot of shit comments on YouTube. Like just every time I open my phone, there's some dipshit on there saying something stupid or whatever. So you kind of get thick skin for that. But sorry, Joey, I got to put you away for a second here. But I also get a lot of like good comments, like good feedback. And actually, I'll bring up my post from that. I'll just, instead of me trying to explain it, we'll just show it. How about that? Because I shared it on Nostr last night. It was fucking hilarious. So anybody who's been watching this show for a while, they know that I slip things in throughout the stream. It's not planned at all. It just whatever comes out of my mouth is on the internet. But I have intentionally tried to weed people out or like filter people out of the chat. So like I'll say some things that might offend some people. So then they just hear that and they leave, and they don't have to worry about, dancing around their offending them. So I'll say things. And one of my favorite things to say is like when I'm saying, what would be an example here? Let's say I'll just go VHF. So I'll say, thank you. Thanks, man. Or woman. Because I don't know the sexes of people on here. He's got a freaking pumpkin for his profile pic. So I'll say, Thanks, man, or woman, but that's it. And so most people have heard me say that quite a bit, but that's one of my ways to like filter people out by saying that there's only two genders in a very subtle way. But anyways, the email that I got last night, here's the post here. I feel bad sharing two of my posts in one episode, but whatever, it's my show. Said YouTube is a wild place. And this is just based on like the amount of comments and negativity I get some days. But I said I get way more love than hate. And emails like this are as good as sats. So here it is. Here's the email. I took a little screenshot of it. Just want you to know today's show, about the 18-minute mark, your comment, man or woman, but that's it. That's fucking gold. Not sure if you realize it or not, or plan it out to say shit like that. But man, that's funny. When you insert those little nonchalant under the breath comments, funniest part is probably 90% of listeners either don't notice or don't appreciate it for how good it is. So I had to share that. So I put that on Nostra. I obviously didn't say who it was from or like give the whole email, but I thought that was worth sharing because that gave me a good laugh last night. So to who sent that, thank you. I don't know if you're watching today or not. Okay. Joey the Hodler says, I'm just walking out of my 15-year fiat job now. Joey, look at this. Autumn is for a time to reflect and winter to upskill and hit the ground in the spring. I want Bitcoin as part of my next chapter. Fucking legend. Legend. Oh, wrong side. Cheers from the Central University of Northern Toronto. That's pretty much what I did, man. And that was, it was the best decision of my life, by far. By far the best decision of my life. I think I quit in November, though. November. I stuck it out as long as I possibly could. That was back in 2021. Coming up to 4 years, my first halving as an escapee prison break. Good for you though, man. That's kind of what that's exactly what I was thinking when I left my job because I had no plan. I mean, we had our King Golf business that I could allocate a bunch of time to, but I didn't think that was going to be like the end path. But it gave me something to do, gave me something to work towards, and which led me into Bitcoin. But that was the reason. It was actually Bitcoin why I left my job because I'm like, I don't know what this thing is yet. I have no idea what I'm going to do in Bitcoin, but I do know that I want to be there. I want to be part of it. I think it is the most important thing to work on. And so why would I spend any of my days or hours or minutes even in that other system? And then the cool thing is I'd hear people like, where's the comment here? I'd hear people like Jeff Booth say things like that in terms of like, you can't be all in on Bitcoin, but still giving all of your time and energy to the fiat system. And I was like, damn, that's exactly my mentality when I left my job is like, I don't know where this is going to go. All I know is that I don't want to live in this world anymore. I want to dedicate all my time to Bitcoin. And that's what I did. And it turned out to be the best decision of my life from my eyes anyways. If you ask the average person on the street, they'd probably disagree, but fuck them. My advice here is just prepared to be pretty lonely for a while and expect for a lot of people to be saying things behind your back. And you just pretty much have to go like this. Because if you don't do that, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Nobody's going to approve of it. Nobody's going to give you like confirmation that you're doing the right thing. 0 people will. Although I should give credit to my dad. I can't say 0 people. My dad has always been the most supportive person by 1,000 miles, and my mom too. But dad's more like business minded in the financial world, that kind of support. So I remember a few key moments where dad could tell that I was like struggling, not that I was going in the wrong direction, but knew that I was struggling financially because I was. Like for 2 years, I hardly made any money at all, like at all. So thankfully, I had some Bitcoin that I could sell and pay for, rent or my mortgage and groceries, which sucked. But that was kind of my drive to like, start making some money here so we don't have to sell Bitcoin anymore. So that was part of it. But I remember a few key moments where he just said, just keep going. And he said in a really subtle way and a really loving way. And I'll never forget that. So I shouldn't say I didn't have any support. I had my biggest fan. He supported me and my family. But everybody else, they're just like, dude, you're off the fucking deep end. And of course, that was the time too where I wasn't allowed to go into a restaurant and like talk to people. So it was even worse. I love the Noster profile update. The winds of shit are blowing. That's right, Leahy. That's right. Praetorian says, what is a monetary symbol for Satoshis? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Currently, they're using the B. They're calling them like the B for bits. Oh, yeah. I got to get back to the Zapstream here. I've kind of, there's too much shit going on here today. Okay, so Scotty zapped 99 sats and said BTC Hodler, of course, is his favorite Bitcoiner. Bond said, did you add points to Todd instead of Josh by accident? I don't know. Yes, I did. Good catch. Good catch. So Todd would have been at 6. Here, let me. That's exactly right. That's exactly what happened. Because they were tied at 6. Or sorry, Josh was at 7. No, Todd was at 7. I don't fucking know. That looks right to me. That looks right to me. Okay, back to Noster. I don't want to ignore Noster. D's nuts. D's nuts zapped 1,000 sats and said, try context.st. What the heck's that? I don't know if I should be pasting random things in from Noster, but I trust. I trust. Oh, this is privacy first AI. Interesting. I've seen D's nuts before. You got to put in the work on Noster. If I didn't recognize that name on Noster, I wouldn't have clicked that link. But it does look like a privacy-focused AI. Capture anything, chat with your documents, search and share on decentralized networks while keeping complete control of your data. I mean, you're still probably trusting them though, right? Like that's what I like about, I haven't spent any sort of time looking at this, but that's what I like about Maple is they use like an open source model so you can actually verify that they're not, or they're encrypting the information. Okay, sorry, my head's going everywhere here right now. Maria 2000, one of my favorite Nosteritos. Maria 2000 zapped 1,000. Thank you, Maria. Good to see you this morning. And Forrest is here too. This is showing up on Primal, he says. Good morning, Forrest. See you in 3 hours. Scotty Zap 99 said, showing Arnie some love. Am Zap 21 said, nice. And Scotty zapped another 99 and said, when I insert ... did I send that to yourself? What? Scotty's on a different planet, man. Scotty and Buck 52 are just like wild. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's upside down right now. I wish you could see that better. He's upside down in bed. That might be the best Arnie pose ever in history. BitBilly said test, and we got a random NPub saying, hey. I see that might have been both BitBilly actually, but BitBilly, your username showed up the second time there. Look at him. That's his little arm right there, folded over. Oh, he's awake. Woke him up. I've really been enjoying those videos with Arnie, and it seems like other people are too. I could probably just not say anything the whole video and just film Arnie for 5 minutes and people would like it. But YouTube has not liked them. I'll tell you that for free. They've, I don't know if you'd say shadow ban them or not, but their rankings were 9 and 10 out of my last 10 videos. So I don't know if everybody's even seen them or not, but yesterday I shared 2 videos here with our guy Arnie Boy. Kind of a new thing we're doing. This new series called Arnie and Me, and this one had Lucky in it too. So this was I shared 2 of these yesterday. One was from the day before, I think, and yesterday I filmed yesterday. But I want to show the fight with Lucky. There it is, right there. So I got this little thing where it lets me hold. I don't know, it's a DJI thing. But anyways, these have been fun. People have been, I think, enjoying them for the 100 people that watched them. But here, hold on. Let me find the right spot here. There it is. So that was the first episode, and then on the second one, he's taking a crap in the background. So I'm gonna start doing those. I don't think YouTube's showing them to many people. Like this one has 84 views. Usually when I post a video, even if it's like doesn't perform very well, it usually gets to like 1,000 or 2,000 views. But these ones are just like YouTube's not showing them to anybody. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen those videos, go just head over, give it a like, give it a comment, let YouTube know that. I mean, if you do, if you don't, then that's a whole different story. But I'm gonna keep doing those. I think we're gonna do them today, probably in the sunshine. But it's definitely not going to be an everyday kind of thing. Maybe once a week or whatever. But I'm going to try to keep them short, between 5 and 10 minutes, and just walk with Arnie and talk about some Bitcoin stuff or whatever is on the agenda for that day. So that is Arnie and Me. That's the new series. I'll share the links there just in case people haven't seen it yet. Wow, we got 50 people over in Rumble right now. Rumble showed up. Showed up today. Damn. The likes are lacking, but that's okay. Jake says everyone should include themselves as their favorite Bitcoiner. You are smart enough to be there now. That's true. You're smart enough to be here now. That's a great point. Great point. Okay, I got a couple different things here. I seen something happened. Something big happened. Something big. So somebody sent in 9,999 sats. I don't know who that was from. Scotty, maybe? It's got to be Scotty. Scotty, show yourself. And then we got another DCA. I don't know who sent that. I'm sure we'll find out in the comments right away. 2708. So the price has dropped in Bitcoin. And somebody sent in 33,333 sats and said coming in hot, TGIFF. So I don't know who this was from. Like the TGIFF would suggest that it was Ian, E. But Bad Gal B said row of boobs, which that is 33333, row of boobs. But Cedar Sats also likes to send that one in. Holy, that's a Fat Zap Friday, all right. Okay, we got to figure out who that was. So that's on the agenda today. We're missing a couple here. Who's Wentz's? Who's Wentz's? I've never heard of Wentz's. Safedine, really? Dinkles. Wow, me and you have much different likes. I mean, I don't mind Safe. I just find him to be a little bit I don't know if cocky is the right word, arrogant. I don't know. Anyways, don't forget we are right about Bitcoin. If you want, I'll save that for a bit. I've had several people ask where to buy this hoodie because I wore this in one of the videos of Arnie and me, and there's been a couple people looking for these hoodies. Breaking ankles, Hasib, dipshit juice. All right, let's see this. Let's get eyes on this right here. Dipshit juice. I like it. I like it a lot. Dipshit juice. So how could we slightly change this though? Because I want it to be somehow people would know that it's about Bitcoin. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't have to be about Bitcoin. But I like that it's an apple instead of an orange, because if it was an orange juice, then you wouldn't be a dipshit. But what would be like the fiat equivalent of that? Maybe it might be apples, actually. Lay off the dipshit juice. I love that. I'm going to leave that up for a while here. Frankie says, British hodl isn't for everyone. His message isn't for $1,000 net worthers. Yeah, true. Frankie, we got some euros, or is that pounds? I don't know. Euros or pounds. But, whoa, what the hell was that? Let's get Frankie boy on the board here. Frankenstein. Actually, I like Frankie. Our best-selling head cover this year is called Frankie. Frankie Morris, my man. Thank you. Let's bring that dipshit juice back up. Let's give some screen time to dipshit juice. Fanny says, yes, that was from me. Hodler. Hodler's in the chat. Eric says, good morning, family. Good morning, Eric. Holy, I'm so far behind here. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. You know that. Kevin says, I get why people like Luke do clickbait, which is fine. Is that if they tell the truth in the video, Luke is sometimes misleading even in his videos, in my opinion. Same for Green Candle and Simply. Yeah. I'm not going to sit up here and shit on other YouTube channels. They clearly know what they're doing more than me. I'm just here for the shits and gigs. I'm here for the kids, for the dogs, for the people. I remind myself that every single morning before the show. Why? Why are we here? Why are we showing up and talking to a fucking webcam? For the kids, for the dogs, for the people. And whatever happens, happens without selling out. Oh, Todd. That was Todd with the DCA. Thank you, Todd. I figured we'd get to the bottom of it. Todd. So that was actually higher, so we're going to leave Duncan's there. Thank you, Todd. I think Todd also sent in 3737 in a separate zap. Thank you, Todd. All right, back to dipshit juice. What's a shitacane? It's similar to a shit NATO, but bigger and does more damage. Sharon, you got to watch Trailer Park Boys. Actually, you know what? It's Friday. We might as well watch a little clip here. We already showed the NFL, so we're probably already demonetized. Trailer Park Boys. Shit. I don't know if YouTube will let me search that. Winds of shit. Here's one. Although I'll have to take this down here. Sharon, you're going to get a lesson in comedy today from the Trailer Park Boys. The winds of shit.
What's going on here, Mr. Leahy?
Putting on the market, bud.
I thought we were trying to sell it to Julian.
Listen, at the price I'm asking, no one in their right mind's going to buy it. Julian is never going to let his grandmother's trailer be sold on the open market. We keep raising the price. Julian's going to have to raise more money to buy it, and the only way Julian can raise money is breaking the law, Randy. Breaking it. The law, Randy. Breaking the law.
Then we'll catch him in a shit snare. Right, Mr. Leahy?
Hi there, Mr. Leahy. How are you doing? Just having some drinks, are you?
Supervising the park, Bubs. That's what I do.
Everything's fine down here. Maybe you could supervise down that end of the park.
Not a problem, Bubs. I have to phone the real estate agent. I just remember. Thanks for reminding me. A lot of interest, Julian. Even at 12.5.
Don't fuck with me, Jim.
Second thought, Julian, maybe I will come with you. Not hanging around here with that drunk bastard.
What you call me, Bubbles?
Nothing.
Get the fuck out of here, Leahy.
Nothing.
You know what a shit barometer is, Bob?
Oh?
Measures the shit pressure in the air. You can feel it. Listen, Bubs. Hear that? The sounds of the whispering winds of shit.
What the fuck are you going on about?
Can you hear it?
No, I don't hear anything.
Oh, but you will, my sorry little friend, when the old shit barometer rises, and you'll feel it too. Your ears will implode from the shit pressure. You were warned, Bubs. But you picked the wrong side. Beware, my friend. Shit winds are a-coming.
All right, boys. Good luck.
Probably one of the best shows ever made. I'd put it top 3. The Office, Trailer Park Boys, and I don't even know what number 3 would be. So there you go, Sharon. There's the shit references there. Hard to beat that. Hard to beat that. I probably watched that series 10 times over. It gets funnier every time. I thought the Satoshi symbol was a line with 3 lines. I mean, that's what somebody on the internet said once, but it looks like people are using the B. Also got a text here from BitBilly. And BitBilly said, "Hope you got my zap, brother. You know I'm not great at this. You demand." So I don't know. We threw a new one into the mix here. It might have been BitBilly, the 33,000. Or it could have went to the Maple one on Zapstream. Oh, baby. Wow. Wow. We're getting squirmy here, folks. We're getting squirmy. Okay, we got to zoom in on this right here, folks. You got to see it live. BitBilly. Can you see that? BitBilly, you did it right, man. You know how to zap 100K sats. BitBilly actually had his own zap named after him, the Behemoth Zap. Wow. Everybody show some love to our man, BitBilly. Jeez Louise. 100K. I don't even know what to do about that one. That one's going to get up there in the leaderboard big time. What would that be? Oh. BitBilly, you sneaky guy. You sneaky guy. What would we give BitBilly? We're gonna take a poll for this one. What would 100K sats get? So that would be about 10 points. Just if we're going objective, that'd be 10 points. BitBilly. BitBilly, my man. Texting him right now on the air. My man. Thank you. I think that's got to be at least 10. 10's the minimum. I'll take feedback from the crowd. Bit Billy, we're going to put in the second spot there. Bit Billy. Wow. Thank you, Bit Billy. That's a good way to show up for Fat Zap Friday. Damn. Thank you. Thank you. Duncan's still going crazy over here. I think I'm at the crazy point right now. Oh, okay. We're talking about something else. Yeah. I thought you were still trying to get Primal to work. VHF says we Canucks are connoisseurs of swear words, Sharon B. True. We got our own. I mean, every country kind of has their own language, own dictionary. Even though everybody's speaking English, everybody speaks like different words. Especially if you go over to like Ireland. Like if somebody like me from Canada goes over to Ireland and tries to like understand, like you can catch some words, but somebody who's like thick Irish accent, even though they're talking the same language, they say words that I've never heard before. It's actually hilarious how you could speak the same language and still have no idea what somebody's saying. I love that juice pick. You should put that on Noster. Yeah, we'll definitely put that on Noster. Probably a t-shirt. CB Van helps with the flow of consciousness. Did I miss something there? Sharon's having a time. CB Van says, I merely came in to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, man. Zapstream is breaking records. No doubt. No freaking doubt. Damn, Bit Billy. You made the week here. You paid the salaries for the week with that one. Would it be? Yeah. $100 a week. 150 here in Canada. Andreas makes me hard every time. Oh yeah, I forgot about Andreas. I wouldn't say he makes me hard, but Andreas is up there too. I don't know if I'd put him in my top 4 though. Timber says YouTube algorithm really only likes one type of content on a channel. It gets confused who to recommend an outlier video to. You might need another dedicated channel for different content. I'm thinking you're right. That's a good idea. And you know what? Actually, Joe from the Bitcoin Paradox told me that if you create a new account on YouTube, they actually boost it for like 3 months. Like they'll just show it to a bunch of people to help get you some traction. So that actually might not be a bad idea. Because then, if people don't want to watch it, then it won't show up on their feed. Because if they see a dog when they're trying to look for Bitcoin content, then they're just going to skip through it anyways. So I might actually start like a new channel. And I wouldn't have to put any Bitcoin stuff in there, but I could actually talk about Bitcoin. So some people might show up and be like, oh, there's a cute dog there. I'm going to watch this video. And then all of a sudden, boom, Bitcoin. That's a good idea. I'm gonna put some serious thought into that because, I mean, for me to take the time and put some effort into this for 100 fucking people to watch it, that doesn't make sense to me. And the crazy thing is, there was 20 comments on that saying, please do more of this. So something didn't add up with that. But I guess that makes sense, Timber Crasher. I like the idea. I like that idea. Sharon said, send 555 for Lucky. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you very much. Work Save Bitcoin. Josh, good morning, buddy. Said, did you see Adam backpedal on his core defense? I did. It's good to see. That was one of the questions leaning on the back of my head is it seems pretty clear to me here. But why are guys like Adam back who have been around for 10 years? And I know that doesn't make somebody like the perfect human being. I know that. But it still made me ask the question, what perspective, what point of view is he coming from? Why isn't this adding up to me? So it was good to see that. It was good to see that. Also really liked Odell and Marty's take on it yesterday on RHR. They're kind of, I appreciate the fact that they're not really trying to influence people to go either way. I still believe myself that people should put in the work and the time to understand both sides and then make their own decision. But I like the points that they raised yesterday. And my main takeaway from listening to that show yesterday is that they weren't very concerned about it. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be concerned about it either. I always have to remind myself of that. Even though Odell, like I said, he's one of my favorite Bitcoiners who I respect the most and his opinion on things, I still have to say, okay, well, that's his perspective. That's his opinion. But what's mine? And I still think that there's just way too many. I know we're not going to turn this into like a long thing, but from my perspective with the core versus knots thing, there's just way too many unanswered questions from the core side. And I think if nothing else comes from this whole thing, at least we'll just say, you know what? You can't just shove things down people's throats. You can't just roll something out without any explanation and expect people to just fucking follow you because you've been around here for a while and you think you're smarter than everybody else. So if nothing else, running knots would just be a big middle finger to those people. That's it. Technically, I don't know how much of a difference it's actually going to make. I don't know if people would actually go to the lengths of putting stuff on people's hard drives or how core versus knots would actually allow that to go through. But just the fact that they're doing it without a really good explanation and they're trying to push it through quickly, that's kind of where I draw the line. So I really wanted to understand both sides, and I think that I've done my best. Well, I mean, we shared a video talking about it for an hour and a half yesterday. So yeah. And from my perspective here, I know I don't have a huge audience, but I find it very disingenuous to like tell people, oh, go run core, go run knots, when I don't really understand the whole thing myself at a good level. But, you know, logically, I've kind of made up my mind on things. So people need to do your own. You have your own brain. I'll just say that. But I do love the fact that so many people give a shit. That's the nice thing about it. So many people give a shit about it. 3 cents says Luke Burrell is the most annoying Bitcoiner. The message is good, but the presentation and voice sucks. I would actually agree with that one. And I don't know Luke. I've never talked to him. I've never met him. So I don't really owe him anything. I don't like shitting on other people at all. But I do agree with that. I don't like the way he presents it. But that's just mine. That's just my opinion. Bad Gal B says, for the shits and gigs, need that on a shirt. Shits and gigs, that's right. 3 cents says, what's your take on Bitcoin treasury companies? I've never heard your opinion. Generally good, generally bad, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's bound to happen. It's inevitable. Governments are going to own Bitcoin. It's the best asset in human history. Companies who don't hold Bitcoin are fucking dumb. Straight up. You're holding fiat on your balance sheet instead of Bitcoin? Congratulations. You're a fucking dipshit. Too much juice. I'm going to keep this handy. This is for all the businesses and the companies out there who aren't holding Bitcoin. Just slamming dipshit juice. So my take is like, I don't care. I mean, it's smart. Are you talking about like from the Bitcoin treasury company's perspective, or like people buying shares in these companies? I think people buying shares in these companies is stupid. If you have $1 in your hand, if you have $1, a loonie in your hand, and here in Canada, a loonie, and you buy a share in a Bitcoin treasury company for somebody else to hold your Bitcoin and get half the amount of Bitcoin, you're also a dipshit. You take that one loonie and you buy 800 sats with it, and you put it on a Lightning wallet, and then you take another loonie and you buy 800 more. And once you get a couple 100,000 or a couple thousand sats or 10,000 sats, you move it onto your cold storage, and you are your own Bitcoin treasury company. And then you're not a dipshit. So there's two kind of dipshits in this whole ecosystem here. Number one is the public companies who are not holding Bitcoin. They are dipshits, slamming juice, chugging it. They got one of those helmets on with dipshit juice on both sides and a straw coming into their mouth. And the other dipshit is somebody who has dollars, like outside of the system. They get a paycheck from their employer, and they take those dollars and they buy Bitcoin treasury companies shares for somebody else to hold your Bitcoin and to get half the amount of Bitcoin that you could get or less. Like I think Nakamoto's trading at like 3x MNAV right now. So you get 1/3 of the Bitcoin. Also dipshit. Probably a bigger dipshit even, because at least the public companies have people that they have to report to and explain things to. I mean, they're still dipshits, but not as big. The companies here, they got the helmet on with dipshit juice coming into their mouth. I think that people who buy shares in Bitcoin treasury companies have like a full backpack, like you're going on a hike and you have a full tank of water, but it's dipshit juice instead. So that's my take. Rest in peace, Mr. Leahy. That's right. God bless. Trailer Park Boys. That's right. All right. Let me check on Noster here. Sorry, Satoshi Stacker. We got to cater to the crowd. So BitBilly's still coming off the high here. 100,000 sats for that one. Scotty said 99 sats for some Arnie love. PJ over on Noster zapped 1,000 sats. Thanks, PJ. PJ was one of the first people I interacted with on Noster 2.5 years ago. And Conrad said 3,640 sats for Lucky's catnip. And Scotty zapped 99 sats and said 21 points for BitBilly. I would be okay with that. Satoshi Stacker says, Dogecoin bought my one Bitcoin one historical day. Couldn't cash out because CB didn't carry Doge, so I sent my Doge to another exchange and swapped. A great day. Thanks, GameStop crowd. What? What the hell does that mean? Did Doge go up in price or something? Looks pretty normal to me. I don't know. Okay, we're an hour and a half in here. I'm way behind. I got to pee. What should I do here? I've had way too much dipshit juice this morning myself. Yeah, hopefully you like that, Sharon. You should watch the full series. You'd probably, I don't know if you'd get a kick out of it or not, but I sure did. A totiso. Yeah, I was like, what the hell language is Eatable Zebra talking about here? Yeah, a totiso. A totiso. Yeah, Ricky has his own dictionary. Ginger says, used to see those boys all the time when I was younger. One of their trailer parks that they film at is from my hometown. Used to see them in the bars all night, all the time. That's unreal. That's unreal. That's probably before they got really big and famous too. Chat GPT won't let me put Shift's face on the juice box. Hey, Satch Venture, Joey Baggs is in the house. This is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. It's always crazy in here on Friday. What time is it in Oz? It's got to be like midnight. Oh, it's Friday night. It's Friday night. Oh, 1 a.m. Bitcoin Nurse says, I'm hoping to chat with Adam in a week or so to get some perspective. Hoping to chat with Adam. Oh, in Montreal? No, Nashville. No. I don't know. Yeah, isn't that Nashville? Broyle says some good takes on Bitcoin. I do agree with that. I do. Been in dark since 6. Talks too fast. Yeah, people say that I talk too slow. They need to watch me on 2x for me to sound normal. You hear that, Flurfers? It is daytime in Canada and nighttime in Australia. How about that, eh? Hey, there he is, Cedar Sats. I thought that was you. 33,333 sats. Coming in hot, TJIFF from Cedar Sats. The king. I don't want to dox him. I mean, you don't know his name or anything, so I'm not doxing him too much. But that was Cedar Sats who sent that email about the after I said I wouldn't say who it was. But I don't think he gives a shit. But that was him who said who appreciated the joke there about man or woman, but that's it. Scotty says he still didn't realize my Arnie messages are for the 999. Oh, gotcha. I said that was you, Scotty. I said just confirm that was you. I guess you were trying to secretly do it. Okay, here's what we're going to do because I want to keep going here. I don't want to end the show yet. But I need some water. You can tell my voice is getting a little effed, and we got a big show today for Maple. So I'm going to put on this video from British Hodl. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about it. We had some people in the chat saying they don't like British Hodl, but that's okay. I don't like a lot of things that he's done either, but I do like a lot of things that he's done. So don't like the person or hate the person. Go off the information. So here it is. Big shout out to Cedar Sats.
Government might be buying it soon.
We got to get Cedar Sats on the board as well for that row of boobs. But my question is, how did Bad Gal B know that? Might have to do some detective work here. Okay. So look at that beautiful dog there. Bella. So let's watch this. I'm going to take myself off the screen. I'm going to get myself some water or something. And then we'll come back. We'll talk about it. But listen to this 2 minutes. And then it's quite in line with what I've been saying here for the last couple of years. A little bit different angle, but kind of what I've been saying.
Government might be buying it soon. How did it manage to succeed? And why would the powers that be, the old guard, allow it to?
Now you want me to get into my conspiracy bag. I am of the fundamental belief that it is more likely than not that Bitcoin is a creation of the US government. That's the more I'm in it, the more I believe that. Because it's convenient that it comes out in 2009 and it's the perfect solution for the next stage of the US dollar. Because the world was moving on to gold, right? China's moving on to gold, Russia's moving on to gold, everyone owns gold. What better way to create this new arc of the US than demonetize gold overnight, which you can do if Bitcoin exists. Bitcoin becomes God's money, and it allows you, if you own and control enough of it, to basically overnight at any moment you want, defund gold, which is what all these other countries have been putting their money into. And now they're suddenly reliant back on the US dollar again. It's perfect. It's such perfection of financial engineering. Because that's what happened in 1971, right? Everyone was on the gold standard and suddenly US said, yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Whereas now everyone's building up their gold stockpile. And what if you just say, yeah, that's cool, doesn't matter anymore? It's phenomenal. It's such perfect financial engineering that I find it hard to believe that it's a coincidence.
Let me tell you this. There are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. Let me tell you about this, though. Element. Have you guys ever had this? Salt, lemonade salt. This might be the best thing I've ever had in my life. I haven't tried it with vodka yet. So it's got sodium, potassium, magnesium. I reached out to Element and said, I have a very small YouTube channel. I would love to promote your stuff. You don't have to pay me anything. But if there's like a referral code, something like that, they said, sorry, we don't do that. But anyways, I might be able to get one. I'm gonna be persistent with them. They said that they've given out all their referral codes or something like that. But Element, this stuff is so good. It's electrolytes, which we could use today. Hey, Arn. Oh, Arnie left. He'd rather lay on the hard floor than in his fucking dream bed there. Okay, let's keep it rolling here. So I agree with British Hoddle there. I'm seeing some comments in here saying British Hoddle is a prick. I'm not saying he is or he's not. But what I'm saying is I agree with him. I agree that Bitcoin did not come out of nowhere. The president of the United States did not wake up one day and decide that all of a sudden he's a Bitcoin maximalist. All of a sudden half his net worth is in Bitcoin. Year before that, he's like, Bitcoin's a scam. Love the dollar, blah, blah, blah. And then a year later, he's like, oh, we're going to add Bitcoin to the balance sheet of the United States. Half my wealth is now in Bitcoin. Eric Trump says that they've known Michael Saylor for 20 years. If you think that this is all just kind of happening by accident, like this is all really happening organically, I think you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's not a bad thing. Like, keep in mind here, when I say that I think that the Bitcoin was created by the government, I know I've said this before, but you have to keep in mind here that within every organization, every entity, every level of government, every company, everything, every entity on the planet, there's good people and there's bad people. Even though you might have this negative lens towards the government, there are still a lot of good people who do work in the government. And when you think about it that way and you say, okay, well, maybe the US government did create Bitcoin. Maybe they did. If your mind's open enough to say maybe they did, then the next place you go to that is like, that theory right there, that makes a lot of sense. If you have a $37 trillion debt that will never be serviced, will never be paid off, and will not allow you to compete with Russia, China, the UAE in terms of buying gold. Because how would you be $37 trillion in debt, but still stacking gold? That people will be like, what the hell is going on here? But what you do instead is you demonetize gold. You start buying Bitcoin and you say, you send a signal to the world and say, this is the new gold. Sorry, everybody. It's better. And when I was thinking about this morning, I was like, imagine being somebody in the US government. Let's just go down this road that the US government did create Bitcoin. Imagine somebody being in the US government and knowing what this is, like back in 2009, knowing what this asset is and what it's going to turn into, and not being able to tell anybody about it or not be able to talk about it or anything like that. So that's one thing, but you also have to consider the fact that anybody with like a centralized mentality or like control, like there's no way that they would benefit from Bitcoin. So clearly, whoever this was, if let's say that it was the US government, it had to have been somebody who did not want it to be controlled, because it can be. Whoever created it obviously knows that there's no way to control this thing. There's no way for one person or one entity to control Bitcoin. And if it does, then it failed. But the whole design of Bitcoin, he called it brilliant or genius, whatever it is. I completely agree. Like Bitcoin was so well thought out from inception in terms of the halving and putting half the supply in the market in the first 4 years, and then the next half for the next 120 years, just to get people interested, to give the average person the ability to mine Bitcoin with their own fucking laptop at home. To the difficulty adjustment, where if somebody tried to attack the network and speed up the blocks and get the network out of consensus, that the difficulty adjustment kicks in and says, nope, good try, but we're making it harder. So no matter how much energy you put into this thing, it doesn't matter. It's going to be harder for you now. Blocks cannot come in quicker. There's just so many things, the whole thing, the halving, where it's like the price runs up and there's a whole bunch of new people that get into Bitcoin. And even if 5% of them stick around and they start talking about it, they start making YouTube channels about it and teaching other people about it, that's still going to grow it over time. It's the psychology. There's so many different aspects of Bitcoin that are just like so perfectly thought out that that's what my theory was. It was either a time traveler or aliens that created Bitcoin, because no human, in my mind anyways, could design this thing so perfectly. God, that's good. That's exactly what I needed. Big shout out to Cedar Sats. Okay, so let's see. Cedar Sats. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring up this, the leaderboard here. Although, hold on. Scotty recommended 21 points for that. I think I agree with that for BitBilly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give Cedar Sats 10 because Cedar has been very, very supportive in the last little bit. So we're going to give him 10 and we're going to give BitBilly 21. Those are some fat zaps on this Friday. So thank you, fellas. Very much appreciate that. Mucho appreciate. Joey says, I'm never awake this late, but it was a Friday night YOLO. That's right. Hey, Jor, I'm one ghost and 25 minutes late, but I'm here. 1 hour? I think you mean 1 hour. That's okay. You're here. Josh says, my girlfriend and I just started a Pilates business. We're officially a Bitcoin treasury company, buying sats with 30% of our profits. Love that. Love that. I've been doing that with King Golf for a couple of years now, maybe. Every time we get paid by somebody, I take half of it. Or sorry, the profits. I take half the profits and I buy Bitcoin with that. We're King Golf's a Bitcoin treasury company too. So that's awesome. 30% probably more like reasonable than 50. But, whatever. Fuck it. All right, 2323. Who sent that one into Arnie's wallet? That must have been Todd. Todd says, I love how the word dipshit really cuts to the heart of the point. It's a great word. It's a great word. All right. What else we have here? I had something else I wanted to share. What was it? We got Arnie. We got the Arnie vids in there. We got the zaps. We got Saquon. 3 cents says, there are many factors when choosing hardware wallets. What would be your top 3 features when choosing hardware wallet? Open source, air gapped, something else? Open source, air gapped, and secure. You have to have a secure element in it. I mean, the cold card queue, I like the fact that it has the QR code scanner for, you can do it a little bit quicker. I still use the micro SD card myself for all the transactions. By the way, shout out to Jake. I gave this hat a little clean. It's looking nicer now. Shout out to Jake. If you want one of these hats, shoot me an email and I'll put you in touch with Jake. I don't know how many, Jake, are you still in the chat? Jake. Are you still in the chat? Do you have any of these hats left? He only made 21 of them. So if you want one of those, if you want one of these hats, you can just shoot me an email, 88sats@proton.me, and say, I want the hat. Also, if you want one of these hoodies, I'm putting an order in, I think, next week with proof of ink. So you can get black and gold, black and tan, or this is like a cream color with charcoal. We are right about Bitcoin. So if you want either one of those, just shoot me an email and I'll add you into the order. All right, I'm going to leave my email up there for a second. He cashed out Doge and bought Bitcoin with his Doge profits. Gotcha. Todd said, I was going to say core of the point, but that seems like it might be a bit of a trigger word right now. Yeah. That was another factor in my whole thing. It was just like how aggressive people were from the not side. I was talking to somebody, but I was talking to a very serious Bitcoiner about this yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm not going to say their name. You would definitely know them. They might even be watching the show right now. But I was talking to this person. We'll call him a very serious Bitcoiner. And I was like, I'm definitely, I see the point, the perspective from Knots, and it makes a lot of sense to me, but I just can't stand how like aggressive people are being about it. And I was like, it reminds me of the COVID when people were like, they just latched onto it. And they're like, this is me now. This is who I am. It's like, it's become like their new identity almost. And it's that meme where it's like, is it the NPC meme where it's like you take one chip out of their head and then put another chip in, and it's like the current thing. That's how I felt with the Knots people. Even though I agree that you should have more options, more flexibility, and I don't really know what the hell Core is doing. It was just like I didn't like all the negativity and just like spam pretty much. It was just so ironic that the Knots side is like so worried about spam, yet they're just like spamming everything, spamming live chats, spamming videos, spamming Noster. It's kind of ironic. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So Adam's going to be at that. That's cool. That's cool. All right, we're coming up at 2 hours here. 2020 onwards. There's my buddy Captain Jorbone. Dan. Holy man, I haven't seen you for a while. I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. It's good to see you, man. It's great to see you. Dan, you need to send me a video. Can you do that for me today? Can you send me a video of you and Rocco? I love those videos. Good to see you, Dan. Joey says, I bought the same hat you're wearing from Jake, hoping it comes for Father's Day, but not looking promising. Yeah, when I sent some stuff to Australia recently, they're like, yeah, could be anywhere between 2 to 6 months. Unless I paid like $150 to send it there overnight. Element is the shit. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We got some Element fans in here. All right, I like that. I'm going to try a little harder then to get us a discount code for it because it's not cheap. It's not cheap, but I'm going to send them another email today and said I shared it on the show and I had a bunch of people interested. Hook a brother up. Had stuff like that this summer. What are we talking about? What were we talking about? 3 cents says, if it is the U.S. government, that they've done an extremely good job hiding that it's them, and that's hard to believe. Usually there are leaks and leaksters and whatnot. Yeah. Sir Hacksaw says, new theory, L. Ron Hubbard is Satoshi. Who the hell is that? L. Ron Hubbard. Sharon B says, the CIA owns several companies in the United States. Some CIA agents have left the CIA to work on those companies. So who is to say the CIA didn't start Bitcoin? Well, the other thing too is like, we know that the NSA created the SHA-256, which is the encryption essentially that secures Bitcoin. It's the SHA-256, which is kind of cool. And this is how I think about like the SHA-256 in my own mind from the left side of the bell curve, which is you could take any sort of information. It could be an image, a poem, a novel, anything. You put it into this box and it spits out, SHA-256 spits out a line of code or a line of numbers and letters. And I forget how many bits it is. 56 or 64, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But you take any information, put it into this box, and it encrypts it, and it spits out this line of letters and numbers. And you cannot reverse engineer it. So you cannot go backwards and see what's in the box. That's SHA-256. That's encryption. And that's the NSA created that. And it's a big part of Bitcoin. So it would check out. Dirty Scant says Bitcoin is Jesus. Interesting. Interesting comment there, Dirty Scant. But there, you know, it's funny, but there are a lot of ties between religion and Bitcoin. There's a lot of people I've talked to who really think that Bitcoin is much more than just a money. Josh says the rest goes towards our rent and expenses. I mean, that's fair. But unless I'm misunderstanding this, your profits would already consider your rent and expenses. No? I'm pretty sure you said 30% of your profits. Yeah, profits. So your profits would already have taken out your rent and expenses out of there. That's why I use 50, because I keep like a portion for, you know, unexpected things. But with the profits, we put 50% into Bitcoin. Unless I'm misunderstanding here, I could be. 2323 was Todd. All right. Let's so Todd sent in a DCA and another zap and another zap. So we're going to move Todd up as well. Thank you, Todd. Todd, how many accounts do you have? I get confused here. Or sorry, Afea is on Noster. Is it Afea? I don't know. Too many platforms, too many names. It's hard for a guy to keep track. Zug. Look at that. Is anyone here holding BSV? Good question. The real Bitcoin, he says. The BSV is the real Bitcoin, according to Zug. Well, we know where to file that one. BSV is far from the real Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not Church of Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard was a nut job. Tom Cruise, John Travolta. Is that like the Scientology? Because I know Tom Cruise was into that stuff. 3 cents. British Huddle is Manish Bindi. So many words and names I don't know here, boys and girls. Solar Satoshi says, checking in, fam, late night, so I'm watching from the beginning. All right. Well, thanks for being here, Solar Satoshi. We've had a good show today. Maybe one of our best. Too soon to say, but might have been one of our best. Okay. Shows take a lot out of me. Now I got to recoup and get ready for the show today. What was I going to look at here? The Maple Show. Oh, look at this. MIX zapped 521 sats over on Noster and said the CIA/NSA or guys from CIA, NSA. Which is it? See, that's what I don't know. I'm not saying that happened for sure. I'm just saying it would make a lot of logical sense. And, you know, our whole thing on the show is logical and actionable discussion. So logically speaking, it would make sense that the NSA created Bitcoin. Or, as MIX said here, people from within the NSA who had access to this technology. I don't know. I would probably lean on the side of like people within the NSA, but I don't know for sure. I don't have an answer to that. All right. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. I feel like I did. Hey, what happened with strategy? What time do you find out about strategy today? The second video I posted with on Arnie and me, I talked about strategy. And I said, I hope that strategy doesn't get into the S&P today. They're the S&P 500. Why? As a shareholder, you might be like, Jor, lay off the dipshit juice, man. S&P 500 would be good for your net worth. I know. But there's a reason why. And you might just have to go watch the Arnie and me. I don't want to start duplicating myself. If I'm going to make these videos with Arnie, I want them to be different topics. I don't want to just say something on the live stream and then repeat it in the Arnie and me series. So that's if you want to know why I don't want strategy to get into the S&P 500, you'll have to go watch this video here. Arnie and me. I need like a little theme song like Hoddle has on his. There he is. So this was the video shared yesterday, that Arnie number 2. But I do like the idea. I do like the idea of creating a different channel for this. So you'll have to go watch that to see why I hope that strategy does not get into the S&P 500 today. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up. We're over 2 hours. I got to get my shit together here for the show today. And I also got to film a 365, possibly another Arnie and me video too. So big shout out today as we wind down. It looks like the Zap King, unless something crazy happens today. The Zap King is looking like BitBilly. And Sats and Sunsets just sent $1 in imposter super chat. You know what? We're gonna give Sats and Sunsets 1 for that one. Again, I make the rules here; they're subjective. So we're gonna give Sats and Sunsets that one because it counts. I'm pretty sure where's that freaking thing? Hold on. Where is that? There it is. So Sats and Sunsets. I'm pretty sure I gave somebody a point for sending a super chat last time. So I can't discriminate against Rumble. I love Rumble. So there we go. Sats and Sunsets earned 1. Like the Arnie episode. Yeah, I get some good feedback on it. So we're going to keep doing that. I liked it too. And the cool thing about that is, the nice thing is that I'm already walking. We're already doing it. So it's not like I have to take more time out of my day and make that video. We're already doing something there. We're walking. So I usually try to, do it like a 5-minute video. So I'm not spending the whole time on my phone because the walks are good for you. So I'm trying to make the video short and sweet for people. Where is the... All right, let's see what Josh says here. We're treating the business as a separate entity. So once we pay business expenses at the end of the month, 70% we pay ourselves, and then 30% goes into our River account. I see. I mean, I love it. Absolutely love it. I feel like every single business, big or small, one person or 1,000 people, they should be taking a percentage of their profits and buying Bitcoin. It doesn't make any sense not to. So good on you, Josh. Will be DARPA who created it. Maybe. One account for each platform. Yes, gotcha. Okay. Solar Satoshi says, what is up with Bitcoin Cash? Why is there a whole forum claiming it's the fork, which is real Bitcoin? I don't know, because they're lunatics. Anybody who is holding Bitcoin Cash instead of Bitcoin has had way too much. They're hammered drunk on dipshit juice. Hammered. All right, we're going to have one more coffee. We're going to finish our Element lemonade here. We're going to crack open a Guinness, and we're going to be ready for the Maple Bitcoin show. So I hope that if you don't yet, I hope that you go over and subscribe to our Maple Bitcoin channel. It's kind of crazy. And make sure you check out that video too. If you are somebody who's interested in learning a little bit more about the knots and core, that video we shared yesterday is an hour and a half. We tried our best to be unbiased in it. It was hard just because, you know, logically it doesn't really make sense for core's perspective, but we tried our best to be unbiased and try to see both sides of the story. So we've got a lot of good feedback on that video. It was an hour and a half long, and there's been 2,000 people who have watched it. So that's pretty good. Usually when you share a video that's an hour and a half long, it like does the worst. It performs terribly because nobody has that much time. But anyways, yeah, head over to Maple Bitcoin in case you're not subscribed over there. We're going to go live in about 2 hours from now. And yeah, that's that. Scotty says, change my name to Stuck on 499. Well, 4 is a good place to be, I would say, Scotty. And I need to add one for Scotty. I think that was his way of saying Jor. I sent in 9,999 sats, and he didn't even bump me up. So that was a nice way to say it, Scotty. I won't dock you a point for that. I'll give you that one. Sorry, buddy. It's hard. It's hard to keep track of everything here and keep track of the comments and what we're going to talk about next. But it's what I chose to do. So here I am. All right. I think that's it, folks. I think that's it. Maple Bitcoin pregame. Yeah, maybe I should do a later show on Friday and just lead it right into that. Or we could have somebody else that takes the reins there. And we might actually grant you the Maple Bitcoin pregame. If you got some good stuff to say, if you got a good channel, say, hey boys, I want to be the official pregame of Maple Bitcoin. Be a good way to get some eyes on you. Just saying. Just saying. Your Fridays must be absolutely draining, Jor. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. I usually like Friday night, I usually try to stop work. Like I'll finish the Maple Bitcoin stream and then try to do like another hour or two of work and just kind of clean things up. But I also work Saturday mornings every week, sometimes afternoons. But so Friday, I usually try to have like a steak or something fun for supper, have another drink. And then we start watching like something on TV. And I usually fall asleep within like 10 minutes on Friday night at like 8 o'clock. So yes, they are definitely draining, to say the least. But I love it. Like it's a good draining. It's not like I dread Fridays. Like I get really excited about Fridays. So it's a good drain. But yeah, Friday nights are a little bit different around here. They are. The whole day for that guy is like that. Efforts are much appreciated. Well, thank you. I very much appreciate all the support, Todd, especially from you. And Sats and Sunsets. Good problem to have. I'm down. Yeah, you should do it, Josh. You should do it. I think that'd be a good idea. If you could find, I mean, you could do it yourself. You could do it with Ralph. Maybe text Jerry. He might be interested. I'm sure you could find a couple people. You could call, I don't know if you'd call it the official Maple Bitcoin pregame. I don't know if you want to give us that much credit, but we could call it the unofficial Maple Bitcoin pregame. I like that idea. Why not? But then Jerry, of course, is also the after party for the Maple Bitcoin show. So I don't know if he'd be interested in that or not. But anyways, thanks everybody for being here. Big shout out today to BitBilly. Huge zap, behemoth, we'll call it. Well-deserved name, the behemoth zap from BitBilly. And also big shout out to Cedar Sats, my man, for, you know what, we'll give you a little sneak peek here. I'm going to show this in the Maple show today too. But I want to share this too because this is so freaking cute. And I hate saying the word cute, so that says a lot. But this is, I just realized I have some emails to catch up on here. Where was that? Mark? Hold on, hold the phones. What? Okay, save image. I might have to save that here. Okay, here we go. Open. There it is. Look at this picture. I'll make it bigger. I can't zoom in, but anyways, you can see it. Look at that. That is a picture of Cedar Sat's dog, Bella. Beautiful, beautiful dog. Wearing the Maple Bitcoin hoodie. I don't know how the hell you did that, Cedar Sats. I have no idea. If I tried putting that on Arnie, he'd be 3 miles away probably. So I guess golden retrievers are pretty smart. Say Arnie's a smart guy. Arnie's very intelligent, but he doesn't like anything on him. I tried putting my hat on him, try putting a towel on him, just hates it. So anyways, that is the beautiful Bella wearing the Maple Bitcoin hoodie at the lake. So big shout out to Cedar Sats as well for the fat zap today. Very much appreciated, man. And to everybody else, this show has no sponsors, so we really appreciate, even if it's 10 sats, anything other than 1 sat, I think I'm happy with. But man, blown away. It was you've heard me say this before, but you know, it was hard. It was a hard decision to make when you don't have a whole lot of income coming in, but you want to be true, be genuine, and be yourself without any sort of outside influence from companies and stuff like that. So we took the hard path. It was a hard decision, but it has definitely paid off, I think. I love being able to say whatever I want, even though it's still on YouTube and there's some things that we can't really say. But for the most part, the agenda items that we want to cover, we do. And we don't have to worry about what this company is going to think or whether they're going to cut us off or whatever it is. And the only reason why that's possible is because of you. Truly. Truly, truly, truly. You are an absolute fucking legend. And when I say you, I mean everybody who's watching the show today. Because if you are watching the show in 2025, I just want you to understand how powerful that you're going to be in the future. With your knowledge, with your Bitcoin, with the relationships that you're going to make here, you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. As long as you take the right steps, make the right decisions, protect the sats, and enjoy the ride. So thank you very, very much. I hope you join us today at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Maple Bitcoin. And if not, we'll see you next week. So thanks, everybody. Thank you, Zapstream. Mika Miracle just sent in 21 sats over on Zapstream. Thank you, Rumble. Thank you, YouTube. We had a nice little super chat parade today. So thank you for that. VHF said it is smart not to take sponsors that control your content. No paid shills will stand the test of time. The hard path pays off. Amen to that. That's exactly how I look at it. There's a lot of decisions that are hard short term, that hurt you short term, but I think make all the difference in the long term. And we are definitely here for the long term. So thanks, everybody. Keep an eye out for Arnie and Me episode 3. I might create a new YouTube channel. We'll see. But either way, thank you. So see you at 2 p.m. Eastern time, or we'll see you on Monday. God bless you. Appreciate you. And talk to you soon. Bye-bye.